So on the Democratic side, President Biden is facing some of his own challenges on Super Tuesday. No, it's not another competitor, but he does have some concerns. He has managed, obviously, to maintain his lead over uncommitted, but the uncommitted option has gained 2 delegates. They gained them last week after some progressives in Michigan urged voters to protest President Biden and his response to the Israel-Hamas war.
It showcases that in this country, we are tired of taking our tax dollars and funding it towards war that is killing innocent people, and that we're asking our leadership in this country to listen to what we're saying and create a better society in which we're valuing peace and human life.
I feel it incumbent upon myself, alongside all these organizers, that before I hold any other individual accountable, I hold my own damn party accountable.
So Dr. Youssef Chouhoud joins us now to discuss this. He's an assistant professor of political science at Christopher Newport University. Thank you so much for joining us. First thing I want to get from you is kind of your interpretation of what happened in Michigan. I think it was about 100,000 votes came out to say uncommitted, enough to get 2 delegates. Now, the movement was called Listen to Michigan. It wasn't called pick anyone but Biden. But I'm curious what you thought about what happened in Michigan, and can we take any lessons from Michigan as we look towards the outcome of Super Tuesday?
Sure. So the outcome in Michigan showed, that you really can't ignore the mobilizing power behind what's going on in Gaza right now. Yes, Arabs and Muslims were at the vanguard, but it wasn't just Arabs and Muslims that showed out on primary day and voted uncommitted in that election. It was, young people. It was people of color. And for the Democrats, young people, people of color, that's the burning hot core of the Democratic electorate. And so it sent, I think, a really clear message to the administration that they need to really address the grievances within these populations.
You write about something that I find really interesting. It's called statistical erasure, right? And it's kind of the deliberately not counting Muslim Americans as a minority group, kind of folding them into the larger group, white group, for lack of a better, not particularly elegant phrasing. Can you talk about, though, what the impact of that is?
Sure. So, so Arab Americans are technically speaking, by census categories, folded into the white racial category, and it's been, something of a movement over the past couple of cycles for the census. To get a particular Middle Eastern category there. And so what that does is, we don't really know exactly how many Middle Eastern and North African individuals there are across the United States. The census has done, some sampling analysis to get us a better sense of what that picture looks like. And so I was, lucky enough to kind of use some of that analysis to show that, yeah, in Michigan, there's a high concentration of Muslim and Middle Eastern voters that could affect the electoral outcome in November. But it's not just Michigan. In Georgia, in Arizona as well, there are enough Muslims and Arab Americans alone to really cut into the margin of victory there for whoever it is that takes those states.
Yeah, I think it's really fascinating, and certainly we will all be watching the vote to see how it unfolds. Youssef Chouhoud, thank you so much.
Thank you.